Welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota for the World Figure Skating Championships, continuing coverage. This is the men's short program. You're looking in on the Target Center where these World Championships are taking place, and the men's short program about to begin. The men's short program will consist of 8 required elements, 9 judges on the panel. You can see from various countries around the world. Judges will be giving 2 sets of marks, 1 set for required elements and 1 set for presentation. I'm Peter Carruthers, and I will be bringing you the coverage. Here are the required elements. Double axel, which takes off forwards, triple jump, and then there'll be a jump combination. Any type of flying spin, that is a spin that would jump off the ice and then begin to spin. Camel sit spin, 1 change of foot, spin combination, and 2 step sequences. Filling in at the last minute for Ilya Kulik, the Olympic gold medalist, is Evgeny Plushenko. There's question as to how he was here ready to go. Did the Russian team bring him along? Some say he was just happened to be here and ready to go. Well, a great opportunity has presented itself to Evgeny Plushenko. Second at the Europeans, junior world champion, 97. Music, Paso Doble, Spanish medley. He can really get up on the air, in the air. Triple axel, triple toe loop, fantastic. Strong sit spin position on both feet. Just ease within the jumps for him. On a spin that's, for the most part, done by the ladies. That was the Bielman spin, invented by Denise Bielman. Evgeny Plushenko has nailed it. Evgeny Plushenko thought he would not be skating at the World Championships, but with Ilya Kulik withdrawing from the competition, that opened up an opportunity for him to skate, and he has taken charge of the competition so far. A 15-year-old young man from St. Petersburg, Russia, I'm sure is going to go right into the lead with jumps like this. The triple axel, perfect in the air. And then a beautiful triple toe loop. He has got great rotation. And watch how tight together his feet are to give him that perfect rotation. Feet are always crossed. But maybe a slight touchdown on that. That is going to be tough for the judges to see it. We barely saw it on slow motion. And having a little bit of fun. Typical style of Alexei Mission students. Also coach to Olympic gold medalist Alexei Urmanov. There's the Bielman spin that typically is done by ladies. We understand that he learned that because his mother always said, you've got to get into this position and try this. And they started that at a very young age with him. That's why he's able to do it. Let's take another look at this triple axel to see if there was a 2-foot. Watch to see if it touches down. Boy, it sure did. I'm going to be very curious to see if the judges caught that. We have the luxury of looking at things so close up and in such slow motion that it's easy to tell. There's Alexei Mission, his coach beside him. That's why the ISU has had conversation or dialogue about bringing monitors in to look back on replay. It appears that some judges did see the touchdown.
5-7, 5-8. Representing Russia, here is Alexei Yagudin.
Jump will be the combination triple axel, triple toe loop. First one, second one. Triple Lutz. There seems to be no doubt in his mind. Automatic pilot on the jumps. Really fast rotation on the spins. footwork step. He's got a lot of agility going on out there. Well, Alexei Yagudin had his problems at the Olympics in Nagano. 102 fever kept him from performing at his best, but he was determined to finish the competition. Now we are looking at a man who is healthy, and obviously he has taken command of this men's short program, turning in a fine performance with great jumps, spins, steps. He did it all. And he started things rolling with this huge triple axel. 3.5 times around. And then watch him bend the knee and get great height on the second triple toe loop. Notice the blade going forwards. That's always an axel. Whenever someone's taking off forwards, it can only be the axel jump. That was a triple. This is the triple toe loop. Landing on the toe. Actually, the run out on that jump could be a little bit better, a little more speed, but still, it was very good. Triple Lutz performing it with ease. Fantastic to see the jump up close like that. Coach Alexei Mission. And now, the required elements, Alexei Yagudin. To his delight, they are very strong marks. They range from a low of 5.6 all the way up to 5.8, and the presentation marks are solid too. Alexei Mission, with a swipe of the hand, said, mission accomplished. This man is in first place ahead of his teammate, Evgeny Plushenko. On the ice, Misha Shmerkin from Israel. 28 years old. He immigrated to Israel from the Soviet Union. When he first got to Israel, he actually went to Jerusalem and prayed at the Wailing Wall that he would be able to one day represent Israel at the Winter Olympics. That dream came true, but these are the World Championships. Now, he wants to get through 8 difficult elements. Here is the first. Triple Lutz. Solid. Axel, no, and he spun around one turn in between that and the triple toe loop, so there is a deduction there for that. 3/10. Double axel, certainly a lot of presentation within his skating, which is very refreshing to see in the short program. Well, this audience here in Minneapolis, Minnesota certainly loves the presentation that Misha Shmerkin brings to the ice. A true performer. Unfortunately, a mistake within the jumps. Misha Shmerkin from Israel. Actually, during his trip to the '96 World Championships in Edmonton, Shmerkin raised money in Edmonton's Jewish community and used the funds to buy 50 pairs of skates. He took them back for the children of Israel. That jump was okay. But right here, the triple axel as he takes off, the rotation's fine, but he doesn't shoot the arms out and the leg back to stop the rotation, and you can see how it got sloppy at the end. They will take a deduction for that. Rotation, the feet nice and tight, fine. But then again, that left foot has to go back and the arms have to go out to stop the rotation. Otherwise, the body just continues to turn on the ice when you hit the ice. So.
Shalom Israel.
Misha Shmerkin.
Shalom לכולם.
Obviously skates with a lot of heart.
Shalom United States.
It's interesting to see how his personality really does come out when he is skating on the ice, and that will certainly help him in his professional career, where not so much emphasis is put on the jumps. But right now, here are the marks for required elements, and the judge is taking the deduction for the poor landing on the triple axel. But there you go, presentation. That's nice to see that they did come up, because he truly was inspirational on the ice with his presentation. Misha Shmerkin of Israel.
Representing Japan, it is a pleasure.
Now you're looking at Takeshi Honda from Japan. His coach, Galina Smirskaya, who also coached Oksana Bayul and Viktor Petrenko to their greatness. He trains in Simsbury, Connecticut. He took 15th in Nagano in his home country. And he can be very exciting. Choreographer Leanne Miller has really put together a very nice musical arrangement. Opening up, triple axel, triple toe loop, refusing to give up, getting a little bit excited on the second jump. Kept it in control. Music is 2-minute warning. It's an original composition by Ernie Albert. Flying spin. foot. We have one change of foot and at least 2 changes of position. 10 revolutions in all. That's truly a great footwork step right there. Quick changes of direction, tough to do because your body's going one way and your feet are going in another direction. Well done. Double axel, easy for him. Takeshi Honda. Pausing for a moment, thinking about what could have been. He has performed this short program better than that, but what he did do very well with this short program was perform steps and choreography that really were seamless. It was a nice short program because it had good expression, had nice style, and it was well planned, very athletic. Here, the triple axel, this was fine, but not keeping the focus and concentration on the triple toe loop causes that. Really no deduction there. However, the triple Lutz gets up in the air, and then again, a break in the waist causes the failed jump on the end of that. Takeshi Honda. Still gaining a lot of experience. And certainly the potential is there for this young man. There's Galina on the left of your screen. Pardon me, on the right side of your screen.
Short ice cream, small ice cream.
And he, at 17 years old, he knows that he can tighten things up and hopefully have more success within the jumps. Now we're going to see the results here with the required elements mark.
5-2, 4-9, 4-9, 5-0, 4-9, 4-8, 4-8, and 5-2.
Take off for the mistakes. But I would imagine the presentation marks will be higher, and they are.
5-3.
With a high of 5.4 from the U.S. judge.
5-3, 5-1.
That puts Takeshi Honda in 6th place behind Stephen Cousins from Great Britain.
Representing Hungary, please welcome next, Szabolcs Vidrai.
From Hungary, Szabolcs Vidrai, 13th at the 98 games. He's 21 years old, lives and trains in Budapest, Hungary. Started skating at age 5 after borrowing a pair of skates from a neighbor. combination. Triple toe, only a double. A show of authority on that. Szabolcs Vidrai. Szabolcs Vidrai from Hungary. Looking as though he's having a pretty good time out there. It's interesting to think that Hungary has earned 35 medals at the World Championships through the years, but nearly all of those were won in the first half of the century, and then communism came along, and that shut down all of the country's figure skating programs, so he's trying to get back what they once had. Nice triple axel, double toe loop, and the triple Lutz. No problem there. I love the way he kind of finishes the jumps. And take a look at the landing. Fine in the air, but watch how he gives it an extra punch with the arms right there. Showing a lot of confidence and authority on the jumps. And one more time. Yeah. Just driving it home. Pretty enthusiastic young man.
Mindenkinek ott van.
Here are the required elements for Szabolcs.
5-0, 5-1, 5-0, and 5-2.
And
his
presentation.
Presentation. 4-9, 4-8.
High of 5.1.
5-1, 4-9.
That puts him in 8th place.
5-0, 4-8, and 5-0.
Todd Eldredge from the United States won the World Championships in 1996. Disappointment for him at the Olympic Games in Nagila, a 4th place finish. But remember, every medalist from Nagila has withdrawn from this competition. The door is very wide open for Todd Eldredge. This is the short program, his music from Les Miserables. He is just bombing into this triple axel, triple toe loop. Oh, really tilted. Great footwork step leading up into the triple Lutz. No problem. Great spin that was. Well, there's a lot of excitement coming from this American audience, but there are some very tough judges that are looking at the mistakes that occurred within the first jump, and that equates to about 3/10 on the first mark. And he knows what has happened. This five-time national champion has been in this sport long enough to know exactly what this equates to. Now, the problem is he gets up into the air, good height, but watch him really start to lean. Sometimes he gets away with this because he has what we call cat feet, but it did not work out this time. He was just too tilted to pull it off, and then he had that turn in between that and the what was supposed to be a triple toe loop. This is the triple axel. Really, the problem remains within the upper part of the body, and then a turn in between. Not what he wanted. His mom and dad watching closely in the audience, and they know they have seen enough. Good footwork skating down into the triple Lutz. That was well done. Had he had that perfection on the triple axel, things would have been better for sure on the first mark. And this spin is fast. Absolutely perfectly centered. Look at that. He does not move from your television screen. A master of spins, very fast, and he never leaves the spot that he began the spin on.
The judges mark for Todd Eldredge for required
Well,
elements.
he will wait no longer for his required elements. Here they are.
5-2,
And
5-4, 5-4.
to no one's surprise, they are
5-2,
lower than what they
5-3,
could have been had he hit the jump, but I'm
5-3.
a little concerned about the 5.0 from Hungary, but look at this. They just go right up on the presentation. However, that mistake will leave him in third place. Alexei Yagudin is still leading. Evgeny Plushenko, his teammate from Russia, second. Todd Eldredge is in third place with Vyacheslav Zagorodnik in fourth. So for Todd Eldredge, a rocky start in the short program.
Representing Ukraine.
Now from Ukraine,
It's a
Evgeny
pleasure to
Pliuta.
introduce Evgeny Pliuta.
He's 23 years old. At a major international competition in America called Skate America, he got a 6th place finish, and in France at Trophy La Ligue last year he placed 5th. His music, 7th Waltz by Chopin. Breaks. He has strange results on the jumps. Here's the first. Triple axel, very close to the boards. Wow. Only a double toe loop, but amazing. Keep your concentration. It's getting that close to the barrier. Actually had trouble on the takeoff. The edge grabbed and threw him into a strange position. Evgeny Pliuta from Ukraine experiencing some trouble on the double axel. He landed the triple axel double toe loop, but when it came to the jump, it only requires 2.5 turns. He had some difficulty going there, and that is a result of being in the wrong position. Here's the first triple axel. This was fine. Again, I'm amazed how close to the boards he gets. Watch the second jump and the landing as it trails off, just a couple of feet away. But it was that jump, and you can see the left foot jerk a little bit. So it threw him off balance, therefore, he was not able to have the success he wanted. Now the triple Lutz. Strong. And then here's the double axel where he was not able to hold the landing, a very basic move for him. That's a sign of shock when you've just hit the great triple and then experience difficulty on the double. So 3/10 there, that'll come off of the required elements mark. Some solemn looking faces. His coach, Ivan Krivchov. Seems to be taking longer to get the marks up for some reason during this last group of skaters. And I really don't have an answer as to why.
The judges' marks are Ernie Pliuta for required elements.
Here are the required elements. And we actually have more delay.
4-9, 5-1,
No longer.
5-1, 5-0.
They come in
4-8, 5-1.
the low of
4-8,
4.8
and 4-9.
up to
And his
5.1.
marks
Not much
for
of a spread there,
presentation.
and now
5-3.
high of 5.5 from the finish judge.
5-3, 5-5, 5-2.
That's good enough to put him in 7th place in spite of the mistake, right behind Stephen Cousins. You are looking at Michael Weiss, who has been the 2-time U.S. silver medalist at the last 2 U.S. championships. 7th at the Olympic Games. His music, flamenco, guitar soloist, Jesse Cook. And he has a great opportunity here to jump way up in the standings so far. His arms folded like that. Extremely difficult to do because you can't stop the rotation. He's in total control. Boy, does he need this though. The triple axel, triple toe loop, only a double, no deduction. You can do either a triple or a double. Great spin because it's fast. A unique position. Just nails it. Now an interesting situation has presented itself. Michael Weiss has made no mistakes in this short program. The required elements were done without any error. Michael Weiss, as he leaves the ice with some flowers and certainly the approval of this U.S. audience, very excited about his performance. This triple Lutz, you can see why he's able to do a quad. It is just perfect in the air, and he lands without even putting his arms out. That is remarkable. And the triple axel double toe loop, just solid. Perfectly done. And there is his father. He competed in the Olympics in Tokyo in 1964 in gymnastics. Obviously proud of his son, having completed a very strong short program.
There we go.
3-shot. Hi, Kelly.
They won't see it until the
His coach on the right of your screen, Audrey Wissiger, and his wife, Lisa, on the left. Father-to-be.
We're in the final. I know that was a big mother.
The judge's marks for Michael Weiss for required elements.
Here are the marks for required elements.
5-4, 5-6, 5-3.
Michael Weiss gets a high of 5.7 from the U.S. judge, with a low of 5.2 from Denmark. Now the presentation marks, they are in, and these marks are good enough to move Michael Weiss into third, ahead of Todd Eldredge. So at this point, it is Alexei Yagudin, Evgeny Plushenko, and Michael Weiss from the United States behind him in third, and Todd Eldredge in fourth. Vyacheslav Zagorodnik in fifth. But we still have more competitors. We're now on the ice. Zhengxin from China, skating to Lord of the Dance. At the 97 World Championships, he landed 2 quadruple toe loops in his free skating program. 8th at the Olympics in Nagila. Triple Lutz, holding the landing out with good control. mistake right there. Just flipping forward on the end of the jump. 3/10. Zhengxin of China. He is very strong when he's performing, believe it or not, the quadruple jumps, but something so simple as a double axel gets him and bites him in the short program. Triple axel. Triple toe loop. Just great. Here again, another look at how tightly crossed the feet are in order for the body to rotate as fast as it does in that position. And then the triple Lutz, he just really springs into the air. He's got great explosive power when he leaves the ice. But go figure, everything's going along so well, and then all of a sudden, his easiest jump, this is what happens. He just flips forward. Did not hold the landing, actually tries to disguise it. He's got to check out right here and stop the rotation. And that is clearly a break in concentration, a very careless mistake. Certainly taking no credit away from the tremendous athletic ability that he has, but sometimes that's what happens. The easy jumps pose a problem because you think they're going to just be second nature, but you really have to think through every element in this short program in order to be successful.
Required elements.
Now the marks are coming in for required elements.
5-4,
and
5-2.
That 3/10 showing up for sure with the first set of marks.
And 5-0. And his marks for
presentation. Not very good.
5-2, 4-9, 5-4, 5-3, 4-9, 5-1.
With those marks and that performance,
and 5-0.
he will land in 12th place with just 2 more skaters to compete in this men's short program.
Representing Finland, please welcome our next competitor, Markus.
One of those skaters is on the ice. He's from Finland. It's Markus Leminen, 22 years old. Trains up in Barrie, Ontario, and the coach, a very visible figure in men's figure skating, Doug Lee. Diamond by Pink Floyd. Triple axel, double toe loop. Amazing to see those jumps so close to the barrier. turn after he landed that jump, which is a deduction. For the five-time Finnish champion in the short program anyway, Markus Leminen trains with Elvis Stoiko and Stephen Cousins up in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. His hometown, actually. Onto Finland. Here the triple axel. And then followed up with a double toe loop. Glad to have that finished and behind him. Triple Lutz. And flippy. There's the turn I was talking about where he does one complete rotation on the ice after the jump had been completed. That's a deduction. And you can see right here, watch him turn. One full turn. And that's what the judges will deduct on, because the edge is supposed to just flow out in a continuous line, not rotate.
Kiitos.
Just good focus. Take a little neck on the Lutz. Stayed on one foot, which is nice.
I have mentioned that the coach is Doug Lee. That is obviously not Doug Lee.
Oh, finally.
That is actually Robert Tebby, his other coach, who works with him.
Ciao everyone, at home, in Canada, everywhere.
Hi, Hava. Hi, Rolf. I'm not sure where we're going to end up.
I don't care. I just made my best shot so far.
For Markus Leminen for required elements.
Well, for Markus, the required elements for
5-1,
Mark.
5-2, 5-0, 5-2, 5-0, 4-6.
Range from
4-8 and 4-6.
Up to 5-2.
And his marks for presentation.
Presentation.
4-8, 5-2, 5-4, 5-2.
High 5.4 from Germany.
4-9, 4-8, and 4-9.
He is in 12th place.
Danish stretch has you not. Very good.
Now the last
Representing
skater
Canada,
in the
please
men's short
welcome
program, Jeffrey Langdon. He is from Smith Falls, Ontario. Trains in Barrie, Ontario, also with Doug Lee and Robert Tebby. to be kind of a fun musical program because it's Let There Be Drums by Nelson and Polidar. Right away, the audience getting into it. Jumping into the triple axel, double toe loop, quite strong. He was third at the Canadian Championships this year, last year second. Langdon. Jeffrey Langdon, someone who is quite a showman here at the short program. World Figure Skating Championships. This is the man that went to Nagano in place of Emmanuel Sandu, in spite of placing behind him. He was selected to go to Nagano over Sandu because he had met the qualifying criteria last year at the World Championships. The criteria had to do with competing in international competitions. And having them completed, that is why they sent him instead of Sandu. Here is a look at the triple axel, double toe loop. Notice that he takes off on the right foot instead of the left. You might call him a lefty. Jumps in the opposite direction of most skaters. Good rotation. He rotates in a clockwise direction. Coach Doug Lee cheering him on.
Hi everyone at home. Hi Christy. Hi Robin. Hi Nan.
Hi Barry. Esther.
Some pretty excited folks there for Jeffrey Langdon. Well, here are the marks for required elements
5-1, 5-3, 5-2, 5-3, 5-5, 5-1.
Go from 5.1 up to 5.5.
And 5-2.
The presentation
And
marks
for presentation. 5-2, 5-2.
high of 5.6 from Finland.
5-4.
And those numbers at the bottom of your screen are the individual placements from each judge. Those are called ordinals. That puts him in 8th place. And the men's short program is now complete. That, once again, will account for 33.3% of the overall score. We are nowhere near the end of the men's competition, for they have the free program to do, which is 66.7%. At that point, we will have the winner of the men's competition for these World Championships when that is complete, and that will come later up in our championship coverage. So the final standings after the men's short program. Alexei Yagudin from Russia is leading. Evgeny Plushenko from Russia is in second. Michael Weiss, with a strong performance, takes third. Edging out Todd Eldredge. Stephen Cousins from Great Britain in seventh. He placed sixth at the Olympics, so he's one place down from where he was at the games, but the competition is not over. And the rest of the field, all the way down to 30th place after this. The top 24, right there is the cutoff, so the next screen that you will see right here, these men have been eliminated and they will not make it to the free program. So we will see you at the pairs competition when our coverage continues.